Lake Charles, Louisiana. Sitting right on the Gulf, in the middle of one of the best states for football in terms of talent. You guys think the high school talent is crazy? Let me talk to you about some of this college talent just here in the Bayou. We got LSU, who just won a national championship a couple years back, but they're certainly not the only ones. We also got Louisiana Tech, the Raging Cajuns. Shoot, we even had Tulane who had a solid season. And that's just FBS. I can go all day about the other schools in this state that are just built different. But in an alternative timeline where the NCAA actually wasn't corrupt as the one that we've seen today, there's a new team out in the Bayou that's looking to go ahead and take the crown for the best in the Bayou. Welcome to the South Louisiana Dynasty, home of the Saints. Let's get it. Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is John Jake Gaming on the mic here, coming at you with a brand new series that we're coming back to the channel, man. Yes, we are doing some maximum football. Just because, do something a little different than Madden, than the NCAA, man. So I hope you're feeling it. We are going with the South Louisiana Saints, in case you have not noticed in this dynasty, man. So I'm really excited about it. I hope you're really excited about this series as well. With that being said, hope you hit that like button for me. Hope you hit that subscribe button for me as well. If you have to be brand new and you haven't done that yet, helps me grow the channel. Help a brother out, man. It only takes a few seconds. It's free, and you could always unsubscribe if you're not feeling me later. But that being said, let's go ahead and check out the settings, as well as check out the team that we're going to be working with here in season number 1. But these are the settings that we're actually going to be working with for this dynasty. So what's unique about maximum football, you can choose between a US college set and also a Canadian college set. We're going to do US college football, at least for this series. Maybe we do something different in the future. Going to go ahead and do 7-minute quarters, because that's usually how I play whenever there's 7-minute quarters in a game. When I'm playing, of course. And then, 30-second shot clock and a fair referee style. But yeah, man, I can't wait to see, how this turns out. Let's go ahead and take a brief look at our roster, see what we got going on, man. And on top of that, these are also going to be the sliders that I'm going to be rocking with for this series, at least to start, season 1, Not as many sliders as there is for, say, your Madden or, your NCAA. But these are actually the default sliders that come with the game. I'm going to try it because it's been a little bit since the last time that I played maximum football on this channel, or just in general. So we'll see how that turns out for us. Hopefully it turns out okay. Alright, so that being said, this is what our roster is going to be looking like here, at least for season number 1. Now, one thing that I do certainly enjoy is that we're not going to necessarily be in a position where we're going to, blow the doors off, maybe win the national championship necessarily. But, at the same time, this is a roster where we should be able to compete right away. It won't be like the walk-on dynasties that we've had in the past, where the first season is just absolutely awful. And, it gets better from there. We should be competing from the jump, and hopefully we get better from there. And another thing that I like about this roster, you see the best players that we have on this team. A lot of them are like juniors, sophomores. We got a senior there in Ryan Brown. But a lot of these guys are young players on this team, man. So we don't even necessarily need to do a ton of recruiting in the first season. More focus on developing our guys, because the development system is a little bit more unique than in other college football games, in the NCAA series. Now, to break things down for us here, starting off with our starting quarterback, we have Damian Anderson. He's a 75 overall. He's a 6 foot, 191 pound kid. Decent speed, 60 speed, which is pretty good for a quarterback, considering the speed attributes are a little bit different. So that's something I like to see going forward. Running backs, we got a nice little tandem here as well. Derek Niang, who's a true junior. Our freshman fullback, we got him playing at the fullback position, Matt Looney. And then William Purdom is also a junior at the running back position. He's considered more of our lightning guy, 77 overall. They should make a good tandem. As for the tight end position, we do have Nate Ross, who's a junior, 77 overall, with Justin Reddish backing up. He's actually a senior on this team that could get some notable playing time. That's something we should definitely watch out for sure. One thing that I do want to try to improve a little bit is this offensive line. The offensive line is not great, but it is pretty young. We have, 2 freshmen and a sophomore, in the interior. So that could be a little bit of an issue, but, we got some experience on the tackle position. AJ Taliban, and then also Ronnie Wakata. Both of them are juniors. They make a solid group. Nothing too crazy that's going to blow the doors off, but should give us some nice protection overall, regardless of whether we try to run or pass the football. And then finally, to round out our offense, we have our receiving core. It's going to be led by Tyler Tucker. He's going to be more of a burner for us this upcoming season. 80 speed, not much of a possession guy, only 5'9". Dude is smaller than me. If y'all have seen me in real life, but he is our best receiver that we have on the team. Ryan Brown is a senior. He's also pretty small, 5'8". And something that I'm noticing with these receivers from the jump, we don't have a lot of tall receivers. We do have David Smalls, who's 6'2", and Corey Gentry, who's 6 foot. But other than that, we don't have a ton of size, and that's something that I want to try to recruit going forward. Now, over on the defensive side of football, and honestly, our offense might be a little bit better than our defense, per se. But we do have some decent defenders on the team. We do have Hayden Moore and Ben Johnson that are both in the interior, both of which are true sophomores. Carl Blunt is also going to be on that defensive line as well. Going to be one of the edge rushers on this team. He's a 70 overall. That being said, our linebacking core should be pretty good from a starting perspective. We have Gerald Perry, who's a freshman, and he's going to be starting from the jump. We also have James DeWitt, we have Jordan Lawrence, and Star Taloia, none of which are seniors, so they should be able to go ahead and grow into that opportunity to go ahead and, really make something out of themselves, over their collegiate careers. In the defensive backfield, we certainly got a lot going on in that defensive backfield. Might be our biggest weakness on this team right now, but we still got some studs here. Tim Swagger, he's not too bad, 73 overall guy. 80 speed though, which is not fantastic for a DB, but the craziest thing is that's our fastest defensive back in our starting lineup. We do also have Andre Roel as a freshman and Braxton Ramsey as freshmen as well, both of which aren't necessarily that quick. Actually, in general, not a lot of our defensive backs are very quick. Again, this will probably be something that I'm going to try to go ahead and work on as well. But we are also not going to be alone in this dynasty. We will have a rival in this series. We have the North Louisiana Eagles, representing Alexandria, Louisiana. And a little bit of a salute to my guy, K Freeze, who is an Alexandria native. But yeah, they are going to be in the same conference as us. And they are also, on top of that, are going to be our rival in this series, man. And that means, we probably will see them. They're going to also have their own custom logo. You saw the one on the thumbnail, for our team. Wait till you see this custom logo for the other team as well, man. It's going to be a lit rivalry game as well. And I'm looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to this season as well. I can't wait to see how we do in our first season in this Maximum Football Dynasty. But with that being said, this is actually going to be our Season 1 schedule for at least our first season, here in the South Louisiana Dynasty. We actually start off with a home game. We're going to be taking on Upper Florida first from the Atlantic Shore Conference, and then after that, we have 3 more Power 5 matchups. 2 of them are going to be on the road. We got a road game against Lexington, who I'm pretty sure starts out in the top 25 this season. Then we have a home game against Allegheny, and then to round out our non-conference, we do have a road game against the Rocky Mountain Bucks. Then we start off our own conference schedule. We have 2 home games against Dallas and Maryland Academy, and then we have 4 straight road games in a row, man. On the road against Blues Capital, North Louisiana, who, like I said, is going to be a rival in this dynasty, Greenville, Dayton, and then we'll finish out with a couple more home games, Broken Arrow and Tampa Bay. So that's going to be our final Season 1 schedule. I'm excited for it, man. I can't wait to see how this season turns out for us. So with that being said, next episode, we actually start off with a home game. We're playing against those Upper Florida Warriors, who are from the Atlantic Shore Conference, one of the Power 5 conferences here in the Maximum Football Dynasty. We really have ourselves an opportunity to go ahead and see if we can go ahead and, make something shake here, put this nation on notice, with, a nice little non-conference game for us. If you're excited for the very first game of this series, make sure you smash that like button. And also, if you're brand new, hit that subscribe button for me as well. It's free. You don't need to pay anything. You can always unsubscribe, but it always helps a brother out, and it only takes a few seconds. So, that being said, I'm going to sign off, but I'm hoping you guys are all out there having a good one. Take care, everybody.